Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Radnor Township Design Review Board meeting. Before we get started, we'd please ask you to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, well, Happy New Year to everybody, and first meeting of the year. So just a couple of things before we get started. See a lot of familiar faces for the people that are new tonight. These meetings are televised live, so we'd ask you when you approach the podium to let us know who you are, the business you represent. Please speak loudly into the mic. If you need a handheld mic, we have one up here, and you can lay your plans out on the table. So we're going to get to the agenda in just a minute. We have a little housekeeping to do first. At this January meeting, we appoint a new chairman and a new vice chair. And do we hear any nominations for chairman?
Nominate Bob.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much. And for a vice chair?
You want to do it? Sure.
Yeah.
I nominate Colin.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all right. How's that? That's pretty quick. Yeah, thanks. All right. So let's get into the business for our board tonight. Hopefully you had an opportunity to check the minutes from December.
Yes, I did.
Okay, do we hear a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. And let's get on to some applications. The first one being 2024-71, the application of Elegant Vapes at 362 West Lancaster Avenue. And this is a continuation from our December meeting, and they are back for a pole sign. Brian, I know you're having some issues there. That might help you out. Okay.
I don't know how long my voice is going to hold up, but
Give it a try.
I have Callie here to help me. She's going to give you a packet.
Okay. So, Brian, I think everybody knows you, but why don't you tell everybody?
Brian Unoviak from Sign Studios and Callie Hogan from Sign Studios.
Great. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Happy New Year to everyone.
You too. Thanks,
you.
Brian. So you were in January, and we approved some wall signage, but we asked you to come back for a revised application on the pole.
Lisa, do we have this in our packet?
Did you get that?
I didn't get it.
No, I got this up there.
No, I don't think I did either.
I didn't get it.
Do or do not?
Well,
Not
I'm sorry.
Oh, we approved, no.
Chair, they didn't provide you guys a revision. They did provide us to one. Would
Yeah.
you like to have this copy?
No, I
I'm
can
fine
see it.
I'm fine with
Yeah,
seeing
we're
this. I'm
good.
just making sure.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you want one?
Okay, she's going to pass out some packets to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thanks.
Okay,
All
good.
right.
Okay. Got everything. Can you see that? And just to let you know, we have a landlord letter of consent for the sign that we wanted to get, which we filed as well. I spoke with you the last time, and we agreed to do something to the bottom of that sign. And we're showing you their logo on a white background and a red background. And to be honest with you, I know that, Bob, you said that the red we wanted to see the red. I like the red. I think the red and the black go really well together. The only thing that would illuminate is the Elegant Vapes. It's going to be, 1.25 aluminum construction, welded inside, LEDs inside, and we route the entire face. And the only thing that lights up is the acrylic Elegant Vapes.
So this is going to go, and it's going to touch the existing? Is
It'll
it
look like the
right
same
up-
box. Yes, it's going to be not just touch, it's going to be actually fabricated directly to the box seamlessly.
Perfect.
And the skirt is in really bad condition. I spoke with both of the owners of Elegant Vapes, and they agreed with me, and they agree that that skirt will be replaced. So we're going to remove the existing skirt from the 5-inch diameter pole, and it'll be properly constructed for the first time ever. If you've seen our work, you know that we do everything right. It'll have a heavy-duty 1.25 aluminum skirt around it.
Is Elegant Vapes on east and west?
Yes, it is. Yes, sort of, right on the same side of the street as our store.
No, I'm saying is the wording on both sides?
Yes, it is, correct. It's a double-sided cabinet. And, I filed the fabrication details as well with the township.
You guys are good with the color, the red?
I like it.
Yeah.
I was just confirming via Google Maps that it was in fact black. But it is. I
Yeah.
thought it was white for some reason, but
Oh, is it?
the sign,
Existing sign.
Yeah.
The Primo sign,
Oh, yeah, no, it's fine.
yeah.
because I'm picturing the white on the face of the building. I thought it
Right.
was the same. Okay.
So the new square footage is 22.9, and that meets the criteria of under 25 square feet, so you're good there. And
I like it.
pretty simple,
like-
clean application, so.
I like it.
Thanks for
Any
going
other
back with
comments
us.
for Brian, or?
Will you be repainting or refreshing the poles that protect it from people turning into it when they're
The bollards?
parking? See those kind of rusted things
Yeah,
at
the
the bottom?
bollards there.
Will you be painting those?
You mean the little poles that protect it?
Yeah.
No, we're just contracted out
Okay,
for the
all right.
sign.
We can put that in the application, to have the landlord paint those if you want.
Well,
It's
it's up
probably
to
not a
the
bad
land,
idea.
I mean, what do you all
I'm sorry?
think? What do you all think? Shouldn't, if you're going to redo the sign, shouldn't that be?
Yeah, that's a half an hour.
I don't have an opinion on the bollards, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Okay,
same.
well, it's up to them to paint it, but, it's their property.
You can suggest.
I can suggest that to the, I'm
Not gonna
sure.
put it in their approval.
Yeah, I can see, I mean, these guys are pretty good. Everything I've suggested, they've done.
All right, good.
They're good people.
Okay, Brian, anything else
I think that's
should be
about
aware
it.
of? Okay,
I told Ruben I'd be short.
okay, all right. Well, your voice hung in there, so
Oh,
I
yeah,
appreciate
I'm
that.
gonna lose it.
Okay. Any questions or comments for Brian?
No, I like it.
We're good? Okay. Somebody like to make a motion for approval?
On the matter of DRB 2024-71, I move to approve the revised submission of the pole sign.
I second.
Okay. You know, Tim, just for Lisa's, want to make sure she knows it's red and everything, so.
I think that's just what, the red is in the file, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
So then that's it.
Okay, super. Do we hear a second?
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. All right, thanks, guys. Good to
Hey,
see you.
thank you.
Yeah,
I'll just leave it here.
you can bring it up.
Oh. Colin, good seeing you. How are you?
All right, take care, man, all right? Okay, all right, Brian. All right, next on tonight's agenda is DRB 2025-01, the application of Worldwide Stereo at 218 East Lancaster Avenue for a facade renovation. And Tim, you may benefit from this possibly? Okay.
Would it be okay if I gave you a rendering that wasn't in the application?
Yeah, we'll have to make sure Lisa gets a copy of that.
That's the revised sign, right?
Good evening. My name is Tim Ernst from Ernst Brothers Builders. Worldwide Stereo was our client, and they were established in 1979, I think, right? So longstanding, great tenant that's moving in town. And so I thought I'd just start with, I thought it made sense to provide that rendering tonight because it's a round building. To give you a feel of the shape of the building, I thought it might be something that might help. So basically, we're asking for approval for mainly 3 areas in the front facade: the front entrance portal and the planter right below the large front window, and then replacement of that large window with a new storefront system. The typical storefront, you know, the aluminum, I just brought a sample.
Okay.
It's typical, but what's there now is cracked glass. It's an aluminum color, silver color frame that wouldn't look good with what we're proposing for the exterior facade color. That's a sample. So that'll be painted over the stucco that you see in the existing building structure.
Tim, why don't we put this on the table, just so people know?
Oh,
This
thanks.
is- I think everybody knows, but this is the old Starbucks location
Right,
in
right.
downtown Wayne, and
The round building, we call it.
round building, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Avellino.
Avellino Tires.
It was,
Avellino.
yeah, we just found the lifts for that.
What's that?
We just found the lifts that were
Oh, read it
in the
out.
building,
Yeah.
so
Huh.
the abandoned lifts. So this is the wood that we're proposing.
Mhm.
It's a great product, beautiful. The warranty-
Is it like a hardy, or what is the
No,
product?
that's a natural wood.
Oh, it
See
is?
the grain, yeah. It's a
Okay.
resawn product.
Wow.
It's wood, it's,
Will the finished product, it won't have that round appearance any longer though, right? The building? I mean, that stuff's not bendable, or it can't.
it is, and for the planter is round.
Okay,
So, yeah, in longer lengths, it's hard to say, you know, see that on a small piece of wood, but it has some give
okay.
in longer pieces.
I noticed on your application, you have like 4 different types of wood that you're going to use, correct?
Yeah, that was just so we could have an option to pick one out of the 4,
Okay,
but it will be one. It won't be different stains.
okay. All right.
Right. Okay.
So that is one that you would like to use.
Exactly.
Okay, so what's that one called?
This is teak.
And the color or such?
Exactly. That's the color teak.
It's called teak, okay.
Cedar wood, but a teak finish.
Let's see here. I'm not sure of the species of the wood. It doesn't say here. It's a thermally modified. It is pine. Thanks, John. I did find it, yeah.
So is it teak,
Yeah.
New Zealand timber? Is that the one? Teak, New Zealand timber?
I have resawn.
The resawn timber.
Exactly.
That's it.
Same
Okay.
product, right?
All right, so just so we know when we make a motion.
Yeah, they have teak
specific
selected.
about- Okay, good.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they
Okay,
have identified.
all right, good. Okay, great. All right, so that's more for the boxes, Tim?
That's for the planter and around the front entrance.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
yeah, you can continue.
And then on this here, if you can see it on the screen, this is where the proposed planter is going, right in the front there.
Before we go further with the planter boxes, Justin, I have a question for you. I know, going back a few years ago, one of the businesses in Wayne that has a sprinkler system decided to put planter boxes out front, blocking the sprinkler systems.
You mean the
And
fire department hookup?
The fire department hookups, yeah.
For the FDC connections.
Yeah, so you think that's going to be an issue at this location, these planter boxes?
I don't believe when we looked, they had an FDC connection in that area.
Okay.
So it should be in good space when we actually looked. So
Okay.
they should be just fine.
It appears to be to the east of the front door.
Right.
Okay. The applicant at that time was allowed to leave them, but they were told if there's a problem, the boxes are going to get smashed to smithereens to get to.
Yeah, do you have the appropriate turning radius for these boxes?
We do. There's bollards there now.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
So
about that.
we're going to be about within an inch or two of
Thank
the
you.
same distance off the building,
Okay, good.
the planter.
Forgot about the bollards.
Okay, so the planting boxes are good. Of course,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about what's going to go in them later, but,
Yeah, but that's probably going to change seasonally,
Yeah.
most likely almost every year. Because
Okay.
that's what planter boxes do. They
Yeah.
provide eye candy to
okay.
the building. And you will also refresh the plantings that are up near the street, right?
But we'll talk about that
Whatever.
later. Again, I
Well,
think
if
that's
they're
part
going
of
to
the
do this, they're going to
application.
do that.
Yeah. Mhm.
We do have plant list included on the site plan
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
for
All right.
reference.
Well, why don't we look at the building first, and then we can go back and check out the landscaping, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will the windows go to grade as they are now, or will they be at the same height as the planter boxes?
That's a great question. Yeah, we're raising that 32 inches. And you can see on the rendering, we're getting rid of the horizontal bars in the glass front, which
Yeah.
we feel like it cleans up that front window nicely.
And then I'm getting ahead of myself, but any lighting at the front door to emphasize the wood, or?
Probably just a downlight at the top of that portal around the new entrance. This is
In the soffit, you said?
yeah, in the soffit. This is just another rendering. It's kind of a flat rendering, but gives you a feel. If that helps.
Okay.
So it's this area here, the planter, and replacing of this window is pretty much what White Stairway would like to do.
No other lighting proposed?
Correct. No other lighting proposed on the exterior.
Okay.
So the teak wood is the same for both the planters and around the door? or-
Yes.
Okay.
Same product.
Excuse me, Chair.
Yes.
Can we ask that this actually be put where it can be displayed so that we can see?
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
I can do that. Do I have another copy?
Oh, here you go.
Okay, still here. Thanks.
Okay. All right, so we're good with the windows? We're okay,
Yes.
the new windows and all? Okay. So it's a cleaner look, getting rid of the horizontal bars and stuff like
It's a
that.
dramatic improvement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So Tim, let's go back to some of the materials on the building,
Okay.
different kind of wood. So we have the teak so far.
Mm-hmm.
What else are you going to?
That's it, just the teak.
Well, it's a pine board that's colored teak.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. It's a pine.
And then you're just painting.
And then we're painting the building, correct, with this color, the iron ore, Sherwin-Williams iron ore. That's, if it gives you a feel of the color. With the frame,
And we're going to paint the entire
Yes.
building.
Correct.
So this is just,
So basically, we're going back to a black building, which we had 2 years ago.
That's
if you
so funny.
remember. Right?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
And of course, the
Excuse me,
front,
Chair.
Yes.
May I
I'm
ask a
sorry.
question?
Sure, absolutely.
So A2 that you have here, I don't know if you have that, but it's in your packet, A2, the 11 by 17.
I do, yes.
It shows if you put it under there that you have a 12-inch stone base on your front facade. Is that accurate anymore? If you see it where you're showing your elevation, look toward the left-hand side of the door, down the bottom, right at the kick of the door, like the toe plate. It's an arrow. It says 12-inch stone base. Are we doing that anymore, or are we going? Your finger is right beneath it. Go to the left, up above. So put your finger back where it was, sir.
Okay.
Right up above your finger. Go up. till
Oh,
you
I do see that.
There you go. Is that what we're doing anymore? I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
Thank you for the question, but no.
All right, so what do you guys feel about the painting of the building?
Surprisingly, I'm okay with it.
Okay, all right. Okay. Jane?
it's that iron color, right?
Yeah,
So it's not going to be, it's going to look different than just a flat black.
black, yeah.
It's going
It's
to have more of
amazing
a,
when you follow the rules and you submit, and
Right,
don't
right.
paint buildings without approval.
Does that have a little sheen to it? Sure.
Is it matte? I thought,
Is it matte?
Probably not, because we don't want to emphasize the waviness of possibly the stucco finish.
Okay,
I think they're.
It won't have a
gonna
high
make it
sheen
look
anyway.
like iron,
Right.
anyway, rusted, dark black iron.
okay, gotcha.
Right.
I would assume.
All right.
It's right here somewhere. Here it is.
Crazy question on the glass, and I think we have an applicant later tonight possibly. You know, there's all this new glass, I guess, that, so birds can't fly into it and stuff. Is there any consideration, or is it needed in a location like this?
We haven't discussed that, no.
Okay.
We've installed a lot of storefronts. I don't know if,
Mhm.
John, if you've ever experienced, John and I have been working together for probably 35 years. And we've done a fair amount of commercial buildings and haven't really ran into that.
No, it's just
So
down-
far, anyway, never.
just recently down Longwood Gardens at the new conservatory, and all that glass is all like protection for birds.
No,
Yeah,
It's
it's a
got
fancy
like
guy.
little dots. I don't know if that's what scares the birds off or whatever, but it's,
Well, they can see the glass then.
I'm sorry?
That's a bird-friendly glass, is
Yeah.
the birds can see that it's not, they don't
Right,
think that it's not
right,
there.
okay. So at a location like this, probably
I'm
not
not as
really needed.
concerned with this one.
No,
No,
no.
That one
I'm
you're
not,
talking
I
about.
wouldn't be either.
Right, exactly.
Hundreds
Oh,
of square
sure.
foot of glass. yeah.
Exactly. Okay, just wanted to
It's
bring
an
it up.
all-glass building.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty
Will the
neat.
planner cover the gas meter?
No. Mm-mm. We'll stop shy of the gas meter.
The bollards will remain in front of the gas meter?
Probably, yeah. We should protect the gas meter.
I would think so.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good point. Probably have two bollards in front of that.
There's two shorter ones, if you see in the picture that you presented. I think those should stay.
Sure, okay.
Don't you agree?
Makes sense. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Oops, Sir, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Yeah.
Don't be
Introduce
bashful.
yourself, please, and
Yeah.
My question was, can the bollards be painted any color other than yellow?
I don't think I could answer that. I think you'd have to discuss with codes.
Okay, building department kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. But no, I think it's a great idea. We
I don't
should-
think
should have
I don't think we want to match the facade of the building,
Right.
you know.
okay. All right. Tim, what else would you like to bring to the board's attention? As far as the facade change itself, the building
I think
changes?
that's it. There's 3 areas on the front facade.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
All right. So the new rendering, you've got the W over the door. So that's considered signage. That's going to have to come back for approval.
Okay,
Yeah, so it wasn't in our original application. So we're going to have you come back maybe next month.
is that just for the sign?
Yeah, that's considered signage, so.
Okay.
The other sign, the worldwide stereo on the building, that's in our application, and we can look at that tonight.
But as
That'll
far
come
as,
in next.
as far as Worldwide's application for the facade work, would we have to come back for that because of the W? Is that,
No, no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
Just for the
If we-
sign.
If we approve it tonight.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
You should be ready to go there, but the W is going to have to come back, and.
Okay.
And any signage on the glass will have to come back also. You're not showing any on the new rendering.
right?
But again, that's not part of the application tonight.
Okay.
If you decide you're going to put signage on the glass, that'll have to come back also.
Okay,
And we can do a continuous on that for next month.
okay.
All right. What else from the board? Questions? We're going to get to the landscaping here in a second, but we'll try to clean up the building itself first.
Is there like a frame around the door and then around the W with a different material on this? Or is it all wood?
All wood.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to see. I see the shadow line there, but,
Somewhat recessed, right?
right.
Okay. I don't have any further questions.
Okay, just, again, we're going to get the landscape in a second. We do need the address on the building somewhere, so just
Okay,
try to pick a prominent place, whether it be on the door or whatever,
okay.
just for emergency situations and
And is
stuff.
there like sizes of the?
At least 4 inches. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
At
4?
At least 4 inches.
Okay.
Okay?
Just-
I did have one more question about the wood. Have you worked with this wood before? Do you know what it wears like?
We have. We actually built their manufacturing facility right in Telford, PA. Yeah,
Okay.
we're very friendly with the owner. I don't know the warranty on this offhand, but because it's thermally modified, it lasts a long time, probably in the 20-year range,
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Almost like it's kiln drying? Is that?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
Is it like that Japanese process where they flame them? Sounds like in a kiln.
Exactly.
In the parking lot itself, are you going to do anything, modify the parking lot or anything?
No, no plans for
Okay.
that.
Does a building like that need no parking signs? I know you share a tenant there in the back.
Yeah, there's 24 total parks. Worldwide Stereo has 18 designated to their
Okay.
space, which is plenty.
Do you think you'll actually have signs there designating
Oh,
its
for-
worldwide stereo spots for your yard?
We've been working there under a demo permit for the interior. There hasn't been, we've been taking up probably at least 10 parks with their
Okay.
workforce. Hasn't been any,
You guys, if they are going to put up no parking signs, do you want to have them come back and look at those signs, or?
They should, but it doesn't sound like they are.
Okay. Well, if you decide you're going to put up no parking signs, designated no parking signs, again, we'll ask you to come back.
Okay.
So we can approve those signs.
I see. You mean designated just for worldwide?
Yes.
Something that would have your logo
Yeah.
on it.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
I see some of the no parking signs go up in town. They're hideous and, yeah, they're a real
Yeah.
eyesore, so, okay. All right. Are we good with everything? Up till now, we're going to look at landscaping?
Yeah, as part of the
Okay. All right.
bollard, the other
Tim, you want to
side.
walk us through a little bit of the landscaping plan there?
Yeah, so we have a plant list on the title block there, or right beside the title block. Do you see it there to your right? The idea is just to really mix the same percentage of each plant in the planter.
That's your planting scheme for the planter. That's the planter.
Yes. Mhm.
So we're just going to look at the planning.
We're just going
on
to
the
look at the
landscaping.
planter, so I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine, because
You're-
you're going to change these
On page
out
2.
every so often anyway.
Okay. So we're good
Plants
with that.
grow.
I'm sorry?
Well, plants grow, so you will be changing this planter box out every so often to keep it looking good.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, that's going to be a focal point of the whole front facade.
Okay. All right. Tim, what else do you want to bring before the board tonight?
I think that's it, unless you have any other questions.
Okay.
I appreciate your
Any questions from the board?
time.
Comments?
Nope.
No? Jane, you're good?
No, I'm good, I'm good.
Lisa, you're good? Justin? Okay, you have all the materials you need then? Okay, good. All right. Colin or Jane, who wants to take this one?
The matter of DRB 2025-01, Worldwide Stereo, 218 East Lancaster Avenue, for facade renovations to include various products, including wood, new paint, windows, planter boxes. What else am I forgetting? And I would like the 2 bollards to remain in front of the gas meter for safety. Do I hear a motion for approval?
Colin, I'm just going to give you 1 second. Yeah, Justin?
Can we also include that the W is not approved with this, with these renderings?
Wouldn't that be the next application for signage?
He would have to, but he showed it on his rendering, so do we
Okay,
want to
so
include?
not included in this approval is the W shown on the facade renovations. Motion for approval?
You know what, and again, just like Lisa mentioned earlier, if we can just be a little more specific as to type of wood and the color of the building.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. Okay, so we have resawn teak wood to be used at the front entrance and planter boxes. And we have black iron ore paint and a various plant schedule that's associated with the plans. And I think that's it.
Okay, the parking signs?
And no parking signs will be included in the package.
Okay. I just want to make sure, Lisa, you've got everything you need? Okay, great. Can we hear a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
New rules.
Awesome. Thank you.
New year, new rules. So Jane, you were the second on that?
Yeah, I second.
Okay, good. All right, Tim, thank you very
All right,
much.
thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you next month with
With the
the
sign?
W
Okay.
on the building.
Great.
And
And-
the address and any window signage.
Yeah, address, window signage, and our parking signs. So they're kind of the issues. So if you're going to be back here before us, our next meeting is February 12th.
Okay.
But all the necessary paperwork has to be in the office by January 22nd.
Okay.
All right? And Lisa would like that in a PDF and also just hard copies also
Okay.
for the board. All
So
right?
Jeff from City Sign is going to take care of all that.
All right, well, we're going to talk to Jeff.
Thanks.
Okay?
Thanks for your questions.
Okay,
Happy New Year.
thanks.
I think all the other wood things.
Okay, next on tonight's agenda is DRB 2025-02, the application of Worldwide Stereo at 218 East Lancaster Avenue for one wall sign and one monument sign. Okay, Jeff?
Good evening. Thanks for having me here before you tonight. Jeff Carson, City Sign. I'm, like Tim, here representing the folks from Worldwide Stereo for 218 East Lancaster. We're simply looking to replicate how the signage was realized on the building for the previous occupant, which was Starbucks. And you should have our renderings as part of the application. The drawings are somewhat self-explanatory, and I also added in the code requirement specifics so that it helped everybody to understand what we were doing and how it was code compliant. I'll start with the pylon because it's the first page that I have out, and it's probably the first page in the application. But we're taking the existing structure that's there, and we're going to use the same wood material that Tim had presented for the planter and for the entry portal, and that will wrap the structure. And that will hopefully then give that a nice complementary finish. And we will then field paint the round double-faced disc that will accommodate the black opaque background and the translucent yellow graphics for the branding logo of the W. The existing face that is located on both sides of the pylon for the beer yard will be redone, and that will also be a black background, but just with white copy. That logo is their logo. They've supplied the logo. Might not be the most legible, but that's what they would like to have.
Jeff, that one we're
They're
not going to
branded.
be able to approve because they're going to have to make the application to come in for a sign change, the beer yard,
Oh, they have to do it
Yes,
themselves?
yes.
Okay.
right?
Well,
That's- I'm sorry, what's that, Lisa?
What?
We're accepting that as considered part of the monument.
Oh, you are? Okay,
Check on that, talk to Kevin about it.
okay, all right, good. All right.
That's
Okay.
good.
Sounds good then, saves you a trip.
I think it'll be good for the beer yard, but I think it'll also help that the whole thing will get renovated as opposed to having some segment of it that's, not in good condition. But again, the cladding occurs on all four sides of that existing pylon structure. It's not growing in size or in shape. We'll take the fluorescent lamps out and we'll use an LED light for the illumination in both of the illuminated cabinets, both for Worldwide Stereo and for the beer yard. And then moving to the wall signage.
Well, you know
Whoop.
what, Jeff, before you
I'm sorry.
jump ahead.
Yes, sir.
So on Worldwide Stereo, they're just putting basically their logo, the W.
That's it.
Yeah, and that under code is allowed, the logo. Okay,
Yep.
so they're good in that.
And only the
there.
logo's translucent, Chairman. It's
Yeah.
everything else about it's opaque.
So the beer yard, I don't know, what's purveyor of fine beer underneath? Do you see that real small?
Purveyor
Purveyor of,
of fine beer.
yeah, I think.
I mean, if it's built into their logo,
That's the logo that they gave us. And like I said, it's not a great logo because it's got a lot going on, but that's it.
I mean, usually we hold people to the name of the
I mean,
business
it's better-
only,
It's
but,
better than the existing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm sitting here.
well,
It
that's-
is.
You're right there.
It's better than the existing one that was put up without a.
Okay,
Well, the beer
without
yard's just
approval.
been there for,
quite a while.
yeah, a long time.
Yeah, okay. You guys are good with that, though, the way it's seen? Purveyor of is the fine?
discussed.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So we're good there.
I'm good with that.
Okay,
I'm good with it.
all right, that's great.
Okay.
No, and thank you for giving us the night view. I like that.
Yes, well, I'm trying to,
Does, and I appreciate it.
that's okay, I'm trying to reinforce that we're sticking with the code requirement so that only the copy illuminates, the backgrounds are opaque. And then moving to the building.
One more question,
Oh,
sorry.
yes, sir.
The corners are different material,
Well,
the monument?
if we cannot miter this so
Okay.
that we get it so it's a crisp edge,
Yeah.
then we'll build a flange, like an angle, and we'll paint that black to complement it. It'll be minimal. It'll probably be something that's 1 inch by 1 inch, just enough to be able to make sure that the edges are nice and clean and square. And it'll also help to keep some of the water from getting to the return edge of that.
What's your experience, Tim?
I like the idea of the metal, so we just butt the wood right up to it.
Yeah.
I think if we have mitered joints, it's just gonna,
Open up.
it doesn't last as long,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, good.
In the image you provided, it looks like that has the metal on there already.
It does. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think we've thought through 100% how that will occur for that detail. Because to be honest with you, I didn't see this till tonight, because even though Tim and I have been working on this for a month or so, I didn't know what this material was and, what its density would be. But the angle will help to be able to pull all that together and to clean that edge up, and
I
it'll
would
look a
think
lot
that-
nicer.
I would think the top would need some sort of
Well, the top has to-
canopy or roof anyway,
Yeah,
right?
the top has to be clad too, so in all likelihood, you'll never see that because of the height, but it could be aluminum, and that would probably be the best thing for it too. So what'll end up happening is we'll have to field measure it, get the material coordinated through Tim, it'll get plated, and then we'll make up those custom angles.
I guess
once
we would just
finish.
agree that it's going to be black.
Yeah, it would be, because that'll complement everything else.
Yeah.
And even the cabinet that, Beer Garden has is going to be black, as is the illuminated cabinet that was the header for Starbucks.
What's the width of the monument, like? Maybe the
That-
whole width is black then,
Well,
The faces are just wood.
These measurements are from when I was there. It's 4 feet at the base, and the,
No, I meant the depth.
I don't think it's more than about 12 inches.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's all metal.
Yeah, he's talking about the depth this way, front to back, how thick is it?
Oh, it's
And-
only about 8 inches. It's
Yeah.
I mean, we could, if you want.
Maybe it's all metal. Or,
If you want metal just down the front face and the back face, we could do that too, because you could make a C channel up, so to speak, and run it down, if you like that better.
I think it would look better.
Yeah, I think it'll
All
look
right.
better too.
Then that's fine.
Good call. Tim,
Then you're not
Tim.
worried about mitering.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tim.
You're just
You need to
following the angle of the.
Exactly. It's a lot simpler. It's gonna look cleaner.
I agree.
I agree too.
Okay.
All right, good.
Before we leave the monument, would you like the address on the monument?
was gonna mention that
Or do you
too.
want to put it on the portal? So I'll address all these other questions for you and
I
help you
think we
with them.
should have it on the building, and I think it'd be beneficial to have it on the monument too. That's a tough spot for people to find. What do you think?
I prefer it on the building just
I
because the
prefer it on the
monument looks so
building,
good.
I do also. I agree with you,
Okay.
Colin, because
All right.
if you put it out in the monument, there's not really a great spot for placing it on there. And then the other thing is, if you look at these couple photos I have right here, look how the existing landscaping's high on one side and the other side it's not. So now where do you place that address numeral so that that it's visible? But I like the portal. I hate to say that, maybe that's where the address numeral goes, and we can talk about that next in conjunction with the W, but it probably ought to go somewhere on the
Maybe
portal.
they don't put the year they were established.
No, that
Maybe
wasn't
that's
gonna
where
be-
they put the address.
Yeah, that wasn't going to be part of the programming.
Okay.
Okay. All right,
But-
so I know Jane wants to say something.
Well, we all do. We know you're now putting in a nice planter box, and you have a plant list for that. As you know, there are old yews along the sidewalk at Lancaster Avenue. Are you planning to do anything with that planting bed?
I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know the answer to that question because I'm just here from the signage end. That probably is going to have to go back to, to somebody else.
Landlord, yes.
Sorry.
Because the simplest thing to do would be to heavily prune these. They're used, they will respond to that and reflush their green. But maybe at this point, the landlord may want to consider a new planting scheme there.
I mean, that,
To refresh the whole thing, since you are going to put a planting box in.
yeah, I would suggest maybe that gets added in, maybe to the prior application and maybe with a note for that, and you say it's a recommendation of the board. But I
Okay.
I don't, from the signage end, I wouldn't really be able to
Okay.
commit to that for
You're a
you. I'm
sign guy,
sorry.
not a
Yeah,
landscaping guy.
I'm sorry, but
Okay,
yeah.
no problem. Okay, good. All right, so are you okay with this monument sign then, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
great.
All right, good. So Jeff will move to the,
To the building, yep.
To the building.
And we'll make it quick and easy and simple, hopefully. So we're looking to locate the Worldwide Stereo individual letters, which are face-lit letters, in the exact same position where the signage has existed previously for Starbucks, which is up on that canopy portal. And they're going to just be individual letters. They will be face-lit. We're going to be using the 3M translucent film. It's called out here as a autumn yellow. I brought a sample of it. The letters will be relatively close to the front edge of that canopy so that they're not obscured from the projection of the canopy. And we're at 50 square feet, which should work based on, again, the sign code summary that's in the legend of our drawing set.
so no raceway, just individually mounted letters right up against the building.
It'll have to have a small little raceway that you won't see because it'll be painted the same black as the
Okay.
iron ore, but that will help it to rest on that canopy face.
In your application, it says letters set flush to wall, so they're really not flush to wall.
It's probably going to have to be on some type of a little assembly, even though it'll be almost flush to the wall. It
Okay.
has to be on something because otherwise we're going to be trying to drill all those holes into the wall.
Right.
And then trying to fish the secondary surface down into the building, and I'm not
Okay.
sure what the access will be for that.
All right. Okay, so it'll be on a raceway then?
Yeah, nominal one. It probably only have to be about 2 inches, 3 inches tall.
Okay,
Because with everything being LED, it's not going to need much
Mm-hmm.
from a wiring standpoint.
okay, so you've met your square footage requirement. It looks like you're just sneaking in at 15 feet from grade.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Just barely.
Yeah, just
And I did
barely.
measure that, and that's, in the exact same placement for where Starbucks had been.
Right, good. Letter height is 21 and a half inches.
Yes.
Probably a little high, but that's such a tough location, I think.
And we're set back from the road pretty good there.
Yeah, that's it,
And,
yeah.
and you're also recessed, the lot is low there,
Mm-hmm.
below the roadbed for Lancaster Avenue. So that helps also to make sure that people can look over and can see it.
Okay. So the W on the building,
So the W on the building, yes, sir. The thought behind that was that it wasn't so much a sign piece as it was more of an accent or a flourish. That was not necessarily going to be something that was anything other than just like a logo element. So in this material, we weren't sure initially if it would be something that would be dimensional. It was never intended that it would be lit, but if we are going to come back, maybe the thing to do is we ought to determine what's the best way to present this so that, we can present it to you in the manner that seems acceptable, because we were trying to stay in the 50 square feet,
Right.
and we only wanted to really have technically one sign.
sure.
And
So-
maybe it sounds like lighting might have been overlooked, so maybe it's an opportunity to introduce lighting.
Exactly. So I don't want to spend the client's money either, but maybe if you can give us some thoughts about what you would like or not like, we could obviously do something that's dimensional, and it could just be surface mounted on top of the wood veneer. It could also be that it's dimensional and halo lit. Maybe there's light that comes out of the back of it and washes the fascia. I don't think it needs to be anything more than one of those two versions, but
Yeah.
if you don't mind either one of those, we can get the client to determine how they want to proceed, and then I can make that application and have everything back to you for the February 12th meeting.
Let's do that.
Well, the problem is they're up against the 50 square foot. So they're maxed out with Worldwide Stereo. So anything they put on that building now is above and beyond 50 square feet. So I think in order to make it work, they may have to shrink Worldwide Stereo down and use some of that
Are you
square
aware of
footage on the W.
Again, the W wasn't meant to necessarily be a sign. It was supposed to be more of an
Yeah.
accent on the building, because
Sure.
the portal, and Tim had that really nice rendering. I'm going to borrow this one from Emily. The portal is obviously to help folks recognize the entry to the building, being round, and a lot of people are going to have to park in the back, et cetera. That wasn't supposed to be, necessarily a sign. But I can see where you're going and where you'd
Right.
like me to at least come and make some type of presentation to you.
Yeah.
I'd rather not see them lose the square footage on the Worldwide Stereo letters, because if they do, again, the buildings, you look at all the things that would be a hardship from a variance standpoint. The building's at a lower road bed, it's set back from the road. There's very mature trees that are along the westerly side of the property, it takes away from the visibility of the sign.
Maybe you convince us that there's a window behind that W somehow.
And use it as a window sign. But then again, they're going to exceed 20 or 20%
Yeah.
roll.
See how creative they are.
I mean, earlier you had talked about, window graphics. They don't really have any intention to do any graphics
Okay.
on the windows. They might have their hours on the doors.
Sure.
But the plan is not to clutter up the windows across the front of the space with something. Initially, they might need something that says coming soon on the glass, but it would be a temporary type thing.
Right.
That would be there. But the plan's not to put things in the windows. I feel strongly in the design that Tim put together for you. It's very clean for the portal.
Oh, yeah.
With the wood. And if you think you like something either lit or not lit, I'll come back and we'll show you something dimensional that could go on there. At one point, we thought about even routing it into the wood so it would be in relief. But then you'd have the raw edges of the wood that would be exposed to the elements, and the thought was, would that hold up as well over time?
Right.
And then as far as the 218 East or 218E, maybe that ought to be up on that header
Yeah.
at that point on the portal so that it's plenty visible. And from a life safety standpoint, if there's somebody that's out on the street, they can see it and read it.
All right, well, you can kind of see what we're up against with that 50 square feet. So try to be creative.
So in all likelihood, we've got to try and
Squeeze
mix
it.
and match.
Exactly.
Okay, how about color for 218 East? And any thoughts about where it's presented on the header of the portal? Any thoughts? So when I present it, you feel,
I think it's a good suggestion,
Okay.
just because you're so far down from
it's
the
high.
street level.
Yeah.
how about color? Do you mind if it becomes the autumn yellow, or would you rather see it, like black's not going to have as much contrast, even if it's a little dimensional letter set?
Yeah, just,
Against that color tone, you're right, black's probably not the right color.
Yep.
White, I don't know if that's the one that holds up.
Well, then you're adding a whole nother color. I think really you're either looking at black or you're looking at the autumn yellow. Yeah, what do you think?
Tim, or
What?
Jeff, you can come back with that next month. You guys can think about that.
All right.
We don't need to make a decision on
All
that
right.
tonight. Where's this project? I mean, you're months away from opening
We
up,
are.
right?
I'm just trying to make
Yeah.
sure when I come here, I'm right church, right pew.
Okay.
Right
You
seat
can always
for
bring a
you.
couple
Okay,
color
all right.
suggestions
All
in
right.
front of our board.
And,
so.
and the last part was you'd asked about the parking signs. I don't think they have any need for
Okay.
that right now.
All right.
That wasn't part of the discussion.
Jeff, those worldwide stereo letters, I mean, they're, 21 and a half inches, so, I mean, they can certainly come down a little bit. I mean, if you brought them to 18 and did the math, you might be able to get
Yeah.
that W over top
Every
of the
inch,
door.
every inch you lose is recognition that you lose from a visibility
Yeah,
standpoint.
but I mean,
And-
the building's not that far off the road,
No, all right,
really. I
all
mean,
right,
when you come down to
let's
it,
see
so.
what we can come up with.
If you're trying to keep the W, like if you're trying
Yeah.
to keep it on there to
Well-
fit it within what we have, I mean, we're confined by what the code says we
Yep.
can do.
Well, I'm thinking maybe we'll make the W a little bit less too than
Yeah.
what's presented on there.
I mean, from the design that Tim presented, I'll say, more simplistic approach with the W, I think, looks better.
Right.
Okay. The, on worldwide stereo, is the stereo a little bolder than
It is.
worldwide?
Intentionally.
Slightly, okay.
Yep, that's
All right.
intentional. That's their branding.
Okay.
They've just recently rebranded their location. It's over in Montgomeryville, which is their, flagship location. So that's the exact same branding that was
Okay.
implemented
That's
there.
been there for, you guys have been there for years.
All right. Okay, so I guess we're looking at, we're going to ask about a landscaping bed for the
Yeah.
new sign out front,
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's going to be coming back.
the address, and the W over the door, how we can squeeze that in. Is there anything else there that,
No, it's just the size of the sign now,
you're right, okay.
because we can't
It's a
really
shame,
approve
'cause
it
it
if
looks
it
good.
goes over 50 feet.
Right, exactly, yeah. Other questions?
You'd
for-
have to go
for
to
Jeff?
zoning for relief.
Right, but I don't think it's worth it for us.
No, it's
If
not,
you want to, I mean,
Right.
yeah, it's not worth it to go to zoning for
No,
relief. We'll come up with a good plan, and-
Sure,
and I'll
sure.
get you a couple options for
Yeah.
color finishes.
Okay. Any other comments or questions for Jeff? We're good?
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, anything else you need to run by
Nope.
us?
I'll see you next month,
Okay,
and I'll make sure I have everything in quickly.
hold tight, we're going to have Jane,
Are we going to just go for a continuance on the whole thing? Are we improving the monument sign and going on continuance on the wall signs?
you can,
Well,
you can
What
do
is the board?
The monument is
Monument's
fully
ready to go,
approved
yeah.
in my
Okay,
mind.
we can
Yeah.
go for that, and then we continuance on the wall sign, on the
Okay.
building, right?
right. or approval of what they've shown, if they want to forgive the W or.
You're definitely coming back next month?
Yes, because I'll come back not only for the W, but I want to show you the 218 East, or 218E, whatever it's going to be.
Continue with them.
Continuous?
You're going to start the monument work, or no?
No,
Okay.
no.
So
The most important thing is Tim can get his permit so that he can get going on the construction.
Right.
But like you said, Bob, we've got, maybe 5 to 6 months.
Sure.
So if I come back next month, we'll fine tune what happens with the
Yeah.
signage, and you can give us an approval, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
So you want to continue all of it?
Well, you can
it'll keep
do
it
piece
simple.
by piece, like Lisa asked. So
All right.
just-
Do you
just
need
walk through.
anything approved today to get you moving on anything over the next month, or?
Not on the signage. If it's easier for you, just for me to come back, we can, at that point, we'll just bring the drawings back in and say, hey, we've already discussed the pylon, we're good to go. Here's what we're doing.
Actually, just continue it, because something on the wall could eventually.
It'll make
change
it
the
easier for you
monument.
guys, too.
Let's just do it that
Yeah.
way.
Justin, you have a,
Yeah, my only thought was the continuance would be helpful, because then you can also show us that raceway piece. you
Yeah,
spoke
I can
of,
do that,
and
too.
You guys can see it.
We can show that. That's fine.
all right, and Lisa, do you need the continuance broken down or just a general statement of continued? Okay,
That'd be fine.
general statement.
Okay,
Okay,
All right, thank you very much.
okay.
okay,
All right, Jane?
okay. Where's the DRB?
02, 25.
Okay.
02.
For DRB 2502, for Worldwide Stereo at 218 East Lancaster Avenue, I move for continuance on the monument sign and the wall signs
Seconded.
And the address.
and the address, also the address.
And landscaping.
Okay, revise it. I move for continuance on the monument sign, the wall sign, landscaping, and the address sign.
Seconded.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
And again, Jeff, February 12th is our next meeting. The plans have to be in January 22nd, physical plans and a PDF to Lisa. Yes. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you. All right, appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
I wrote down my entire cheat sheet of what I was going to say.
Okay. Guys got everything? You're all set? Okay, all right. All right, next on tonight's agenda is DRB 2025-03, the application of Ferguson at 521 West Lancaster Avenue for 4 wall signs and 2 door signs. Greg, is it easy for you to use a handheld, do you think?
I think that'll work.
Okay. All right, okay.
See if I can get all these together.
Okay, yeah, take your time.
Well, we'll go 4. We'll start with these.
That's great. It's prime time, right?
Good evening. I'm Greg Feld of KC Sign Company here for Ferguson. It's been a while. Good to be back.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Yeah. You never know. Sometimes, run hot, sometimes you run
Sure.
cold,
Yeah,
depending
good.
on where we're going. But Ferguson has taken over for Grove Supply, and they want to replace a lot of the signs that were on there and actually take some down, but they have some proposals for other ones. But the main one, of course, is the facade sign on sign A, which was Grove Supply, and they want to replace that with individual channel letters, Ferguson, the new name. Underneath, they have the plumbing HVAC, which would be PVC pin mounts. They would be non-illuminated. So the channel letters would be individual mounted, so there would be no raceway with them. And because of they have the interesting facade and setup there because the 2 doors you see on the front facade are not used for access to the building. They have a showroom there on that side of it, but those doors are not open for the public. And I don't know exactly what Grove Supply used them for, but from what I'm told, they weren't really using them for access either. The access to the counter and the sales is in the alley on the side of the building.
So the front of it is for parking only.
They're probably stairs to the second floor.
Yeah, they could be. I was going to do a drive-by and see they were doing some, they cleaned up some of the signs, the old signs that were on there, and I got caught in the dark in some traffic and didn't really get a good look at it. But from the last time I saw it, they've cleaned up a little bit. So they wanted to, moving on from sign A, which was just replacing the main facade sign. Sign B would be what they had by the door on the right.
Oh, well, you know what, before we jump to B.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't we just go one at a time,
okay,
okay?
sure.
We'll clean one up at a time. So so you're looking at 49.7 square feet for the wall sign,
Yes.
okay? You know, it's funny, when Grove Supply came in, I'm gonna say 20, 25 years ago,
Yeah.
I think they put it up over 15 feet from grade. And it was very controversial. Now, I don't remember if that sign has been changed or lowered or not, but I didn't see any specs on here as far as from grade, height from grade.
It's because the way the building is from grade, that facade is pretty much all above 15 feet. Like if you have that overhang there.
Yeah,
And once you get past that overhang, that's about 15 feet right there, a little bit more. You don't really have much room there. The way they built the building, I'm not sure when the building was built or who the tenant might have been before Grove, or if Grove was the first tenant, I'm not
So
sure.
there's opportunity to put the sign in the brick band.
Well, that's an overhang there.
yeah,
It wouldn't get much visibility. It's just a weird building because you have this huge facade up there and then a
Right.
blank facade with nothing on it. We tried to line it up with Grove Supply to keep it the way it was.
sure. Tim, there's something in law that Kevin's mentioned. So something if it's pre-existing,
Grandfather. You're thinking
Yeah.
about
well,
grandfather.
what's the fancy term for it?
Man,
Non-conformity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would this,
Prior existing non-conformity.
would this meet the requirement?
If you said they took the sign down?
I'm not sure if they took Grove Supply down yet. That's one thing I was going to look at, but I
If
missed
they
it.
took
But
Grove Supply down, then that would actually remove the non-conformity.
If they took it down? it
If
would
they've
remove
already
it.
removed the sign,
it's-
then the existing non-conformity would be removed.
Right.
So
So as long as the sign is up, they should be able to put a new sign in that same spot.
that's, yeah.
Unless they put the sign in illegally to begin with.
No, they came
No,
before us.
Grove Supply?
Yeah, I remember, I was
Before
fairly
my
new to
time.
the board. It was way, way back.
but there was a different plumbing company before that.
Well, I'm trying to think what the name was back
Yeah,
then.
but it was like, it wasn't Grove, it was somebody else.
Yeah,
I forget the name, but I know I went there to buy parts.
okay.
And you could go in the front door because they had a little showroom in there
Okay.
with like sinks
And then that's going way
toilets.
back.
I know.
Yeah,
right?
right, right.
It is going way back,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Justin, what do you feel about that location of that?
So when Kevin and I spoke about it yesterday, there was no mention. Kevin pretty much treated it as if it was going to get grandfathered right in that same location.
Okay,
Yeah,
All right, good.
that's how he viewed that sign,
okay.
and
So-
only that sign, just so
Yes.
that we're clear.
Right, okay, good. All right. All right,
okay, yeah, that was our intention to try and keep it as
Yeah, if the
close as
sign's
possible
still
to what was
then I
there.
think,
yeah,
That's the
Okay.
issue. If the
Right.
sign's still there, then the non-conformity is still in
yes,
existence. So
okay.
that's
All
why
right.
they would be able to rely upon it.
Okay, great, thanks, Tim.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so what do we feel about the sign? We have channel letters, 22.8 inches, which are pretty big.
Do we need plumbing and HVAC?
To me, I think it's always helpful to identify a business. If you see Ferguson up there, most people aren't going to know what Ferguson is. It could be, a clothing store, it could be anything.
It's the same as the Pizza Hoagies.
I know, but,
I'm against it.
I am too.
okay, if you just want
I
to
know,
put
I know
Ferguson.
what
Unless-
Ferguson,
yeah.
Everybody knows what Ferguson is.
I know what Ferguson is.
Yeah.
Okay,
They have a big store, whatever,
Yeah.
over on Henderson Road.
right,
It's about consistency.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
Okay, let's go
yeah.
for it then. Yeah, that's no problem. Look, they got plenty of window space. if they
Unless,
wanna-
do you know the official business name of Ferguson?
I know that's their branding. I'm not sure what the official business name. I could check on that, but I know this is what they use on everything.
If it is their legal name, they can use it.
Okay.
I highly doubt that their legal name is Ferguson Plumbing.
I don't
I
think
think it's
so.
Ferguson Enterprises, believe it or
Yeah, I
not,
think
Yeah, I
so.
think so too.
Okay,
because I've wrote them a lot of checks.
Actually, I am looking on what I have written here, and our job name for them is Ferguson Enterprises.
Yeah, okay.
They do go under that, it looks
Right.
like.
so the logo's good with the name Ferguson.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And I guess They can always go to the zoning hearing board for relief if they feel they really want that on the building.
Yeah.
Right, that's their option.
Okay,
But at this point, we'll just go Ferguson with the logo.
okay,
How's that?
perfect.
Okay, and they have options.
And we'll line it up right where Grove Supply is. Keep it lined up there.
Yeah, what, I mean, naturally, that wall's gonna need some patching up. Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the bullet holes that are in there probably from Grove
Yes.
Supply, right, so,
We'll have to clean all, that'll be all cleaned up, and then we'll put the new individual mount letters.
Okay, great.
Over that, yeah.
all right. Okay. All right, so let's move on. We're good with sign A then? We're good with the wall sign?
Yes.
We're good?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move to the next one, sign B.
Okay, sign B is the directional sign in the front, because neither of those doors are used. As you can see in the existing photograph, there were 3 signs around that door, and they're all gonna come down, and we just wanna replace it with the proposed version where you have the Ferguson counter with the arrow pointing you into the alley around there, so people know that's where you go to get to the counter and get inside there. So that would be sign B, taking down 3 signs and replacing them with the 1.
Okay,
And that's non-illuminated sign, just a aluminum panel. Painted the Ferguson, blue Ferguson, Pantone 2188C.
just to be clear on the code, it's actually we're gonna call it an instructional sign instead of
Instructional.
directional sign,
Okay,
because a directional sign can only be 3 feet off the ground,
Okay.
and that's gonna be higher
Oh.
than 3 feet. And a directional sign, you're limited on only 4 feet of square footage.
right.
But an instructional sign, you can get up to 30 feet, and you can go height of 6 feet, so.
Okay, I wasn't sure, I saw the directional
Yeah.
in the code.
So
and I
it'll
saw
just
the
be,
height, but,
yeah,
okay.
instructional instead of
Instructional.
directional.
Okay.
All right, so how do we look for that? Are we good there?
I'm good with that.
Okay, and how are you gonna mount that?
That'll be bolted to the wall, we'll do the same color with the heads of the screws.
You won't see the heads
Or
or anything like
Screwed to the
that?
wall, sorry, it'll be the same color. We'll
Blend it
paint
all
them.
in?
Mhm.
Okay, all right, good. All right, and how about C?
See, they have the 2 doors there, and Grove Supply had some things on the doors. I don't know, they had them messed up, but they, bunch of little junky paper signs, it looks like.
You said it. Junkie.
Well, I kind of lean where you guys are on this, but they wanted to kind of get away from the doors looking like doors, so people would be directed around the corner.
These 2 doors.
Okay.
But
well,
you need to
Yeah.
keep them doors for safety
No, I'm
reasons.
saying, they're fine as doors. I don't like the graphics that they're presenting.
Is this a graphic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a clear door and you're showing a
It's
water
stuff
heater
inside.
inside.
Oh, that's what I thought.
It does look
I
like
thought you were looking in and seeing these water
It was a
heaters.
glass
They
door
want,
looking
they
at me.
want that
No,
on the
that's-
sticker.
I know, I knew
The
it was
water
a
heater.
sticker.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a sticker.
Oh,
Well, I don't know if we can approve that. That's
We're
that's
not.
the whole door. Yeah, I thought water heaters would be well within the 20% rule.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. Okay, all right.
Let's say they had high
Glass
hopes.
door with the foot in that. Okay.
So you have to leave it a glass door and put a water heater behind it.
Right, like an in-store
Yeah.
display.
Perfect.
as such. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could do that.
Well, you said you don't know what these doors are, right?
Yeah, we don't even know what they are.
They're likely, like you said, structurally, there are probably some stairs either going up or down possibly.
No, there's a
That's what the
room
building
behind
is
it where
across
they
the
used to
street.
display sinks and toilets and stuff like that.
That's what it looks like they're still doing, the display area in the front
There's
there.
a display
Yeah.
area inside.
Okay, so they just put a,
There's a
Hot water
room
heater.
inside those doors.
yeah, I see, okay.
Right behind those doors?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Well, at least there was 20 years ago,
Yeah, I've never
20,
been in the
25
building,
years
so.
ago.
Yeah, you can see through the windows between those 2 doors. You can see like a little showroom in there.
Yeah. Well, see how it says GSI showroom?
So, I mean, are we giving Greg the okay to put the water heater logo on the door without the graphic of a hot water heater?
I'm against both doors altogether. I'm not approving both doors.
For
No.
for anything?
No.
Okay.
Not as presented.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, that's good. All right,
Okay, so
but
then
I mean,
come back for
he's
that.
allowed to have 20%.
I understand.
What would you rather see?
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I
Okay,
don't think that, right?
it's kind of weird.
Yeah. it
Yeah.
Looks like a Home Depot or something.
Okay,
You know, it's
all right.
Extra
Well,
avenue.
well, maybe we'll ask Greg to go back to the people at Ferguson and see if they can come up with a better idea for those 2 doors.
I think it's just evident what they're selling, so.
Okay.
Is it 20% for glass area on doors and windows?
yes.
So would these even qualify for that since they're solid doors?
No.
Yeah,
Are these solid doors or are these glass doors?
no, they're solid doors. They're not glass.
Well, then these are signs.
Right.
They're
They're
not
s-
even
oh, they're
vinyls,
si-
they're
I thought they
signs.
were-
No,
okay.
they don't apply. They're,
No,
No.
forget it, yeah.
Well, I thought they were glass doors, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No, no,
it's- okay.
no, understood. When I first saw this, I did too, but
All right.
they're solid doors.
So we're just rejecting them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
forget that. Okay.
Understood.
All right, so that's out, and then, forget D also then.
Forget D. I'll take that
Forget
right
D.
out of there.
Okay. All right,
That's my review.
The other signs go around the corner.
okay, so we're on to E.
So we're on to E and F.
Which I was fine with.
You know, if the applicant wants to put nice, new, brand-new glass doors in and come back for 20% signage on the doors,
Sure.
you know, they can do that, so.
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't think they have plans on doing that, but I'll see if they are and let them know if they are, they can come back and put some
Okay.
graphics on it. Sure.
I mean, they're pretty ratty, at least the framework around the doors are pretty beaten up. Right?
oh, yeah, no, the doors are,
Yeah,
yeah, no.
okay.
So we're approving a modified a B, an E, and an F.
Yeah, so let's, the E is just another instructional sign, we'll call it.
Yep.
Right around the corner, yes,
Right
further
around the
directing
corner.
them down
Okay, we're good there.
the alley.
And then the F is over the door itself.
There is an existing little projecting sign over the door that Grove was using.
Yeah.
Ferguson had some issues with that, and I think Grove did too, because that's a narrow alley, and when they have box trucks come down.
Right, okay.
There's other things that stick out, but
Sure.
that's the one that's the furthest, and I think it got clipped a couple times, so they just want to take that
Okay.
off of there and put another sign above the door.
Sounds good.
Isn't that a weird thing?
And that'll be considered a wall sign as such.
And the only people that are seeing that sign are customers.
Yeah, yeah, or instructional sign again. Yeah, that's exactly it. Okay.
Chair, can I
Yes.
just ask a question? E is an instructional sign, correct? I just want to make sure.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
Just getting the E.
In F, I guess we'll call that an instructional sign since it says counter. That wouldn't be a wall sign with counter on there, so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and they're going to remove the projecting sign. Address number on the building, Greg?
There is one in the transom above the door closest to the alley.
Yeah, oh, on the alley? Okay.
Yeah.
And, when the door closes.
I think that's the one.
One behind the
The
white
water
car.
heaters?
Yeah, the one behind the white car.
Right. Doesn't really show up to us. There is one there, but
Okay, well, we'll just make sure that it's prominently placed.
yeah, if there's not something there, we can put something on we can put the number on one of the doors or above the transom there, probably right above the transom.
All right. Any other signage that you know that's going to go in this building, in the window or anything like that?
There is none proposed for that now.
No, okay. So again, the applicant can put some window signage in, but we would ask you to come back with that,
Sure.
okay? And, or if they want to put some new glass doors and use 20% of that glass, that's.
That would look
an
nice.
option
That'd be
also.
great, yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. All right, guys, what else on this? No landscaping.
No, I don't think so. I
Okay,
mean,
all right.
It looks like they're not doing
Okay.
anything.
All right, anything else? Colin, you're good?
It's a plumbing
Tim, you're
supply
good?
house.
I'm ready.
Greg, anything else for us?
No, that's it.
Okay, should we start with Colin on this one?
I got this.
You got that one? Okay, that's right, you were lead off before, yeah.
In the matter of DRB 2025-03, I move as follows. I move to approve sign A, the wall sign facing Lancaster Avenue, to be placed at or lower than the existing Grove
Supply.
Supply.
sign, sorry. But removing the plumbing and HVAC from the lower part of the sign. I move to approve signs B, E, and F, the instructional signs B, E, and F as presented in the packet. And move to reject the applications for signs C and D as they are not permitted by code. All fasteners for the signs will be hidden fasteners, and the applicant is to make sure that the address is prominently displayed on the building. I so move.
Okay, do I hear a second?
I second.
All in favor? All right, okay. At least you're good with everything? Okay, great. Thanks, Tim.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're cleared up, but they may want to stop back for some other stuff, so. Yeah, okay, great. Thanks, Greg. Okay, next is DRB 2025-04, the application of Focus Partners at 100 West Lancaster Avenue for one wall plaque. How you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
Can you hear me okay?
Want to use a mic? Sure. Okay. There you go.
My name is Rob Barish. I'm from Mercury Sign Company, and I'm here on behalf of Focus Partners. At 100 West Lancaster Avenue, they're requesting a new stainless steel plaque to replace the existing stainless steel plaque that was approved approximately a year ago by the board. They've changed their name from GYL Financial Synergies to Focus Partners. So the new plaque will be fabricated, same material, same background finish, same installation method, same process, etched stainless steel and filled color-wise. The only difference is the new logo.
Mhm.
Got nothing, looks good.
No, looks
Right,
perfect.
it looks fine.
I did have one question.
Sure.
And I didn't pull it up, but when I was reviewing the file, when we got the packet, the logo looked different on their website than what you were presenting.
This is the artwork they sent us.
Okay.
Now, I know that initially when they first came to us, the color graphic there,
Yeah.
that might have been what just they,
It was just a different, it looked similar, but it was different.
yeah, the initial artwork they sent us, there was space between the colors. This is their updated logo. I guess they have not changed it on their
Okay.
website, but this is the artwork from which they told us to work.
Thanks for clarifying.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. Pretty simple application.
Yep.
Okay. All right, should we make a motion?
The matter of DRB 2025-04, applicant Mercury Sign LLC on behalf of S.W. Bages and Focus Partners move to approve the replacement of a stainless steel plaque at the same exact location, same size, just with the new logo of the company. Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Terrific.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, you too. Thanks. All right, next is DRB 2025-05, the application of Villanova University for their new library at 800 Lancaster Avenue for a wall sign.
Oh, this is the library?
Hello there.
Oh, okay.
You want the mic? All right, why not?
Hi, I'm Ryan Hoban. I am here with Villanova University. This is a project you have seen before, and we have a sign approved just like this. We just want to add an additional one. So this is our new library project. We demoed Kennedy Hall to build this. It's in the center of our main campus. We've already been to the design review board in March of last year to have this engraved sign approved here, as well as these two blue signs that I'm sure you're familiar with. We wanted to add this additional engraved sign and precast here. So this is the west elevation that shows that entrance, stone building with precast facade. This is a zoomed-in version of that shows Vic Magidi Hall, where that would sit in the precast and be engraved. Another rendering of that. Here's the elevation of that showing the dimensions. It is above 15 feet. We went to zoning in November and they approved it above the 15 feet because we have a hardship with the grading in the area, which is why you see steps there.
Good.
Another image similar. The blue sign's already been approved, but this just shows both of the signs on that elevation and the calculations.
dry, so you got your approvals for over the 15 feet,
Yes.
so, okay. What do you think? Looks good?
Yes.
Everything they do is
So
good.
this is just this is,
Thank
yeah,
you.
this is just the sign for that one entrance.
Yes, just for the one entrance,
Oh,
because
okay.
the other one has already been approved.
Yes.
And was approved back in March.
Okay. Looks good to me.
Where are you in construction?
Pouring concrete foundations right now.
All right. Any other comments, questions? No?
Nope.
Good. Jane?
Okay.
All right, far away.
For DRB 2025-30 for Villanova University's new library, I move for approval for the sign over one, the donor sign over one entrance.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Are you up next also? Okay. Yeah, might as well. Okay, next is DRB 2025-06, the application of Villanova at Gary Hall, 800 East Lancaster Avenue, for a ramp to the building. Hello there. Hi.
I'm Karen McManuel, one of the senior project managers at Villanova University.
Okay, nice to have you here.
So we're here tonight because we want to construct an ADA access.
Excuse me,
ramp.
Chair, is the
Yes.
mic off? I couldn't hear it too well.
Is that better? That's better.
Okay.
We'd like to build an ADA access ramp to Gary Hall. Gary Hall is located on the southeast corner of Spring Mill Road and County Line. That's Gary Hall. So this is an aerial photo of it. These are existing photos of the building. So it's this corner of the building where we're looking to do the ramp. So this is the plan of the ramp. This is the building on the outside. So this is our main walk up to the building. We'd be looking to have a sidewalk come off of that, and then the ADA ramp going up into a new entrance on the building. Right now, it's an existing window. We would be making it a door entrance.
Going into the old library?
This is, yes, the old law library, yes. The floor elevation, roughly from there to grade out there, is roughly a 7-foot difference. So this is also showing a landscaping plan. As part of the project, we're creating a rain garden here to help manage the stormwater runoff from the ramp. So these are some of the renderings of what it would look like. Showing the rain garden in the front there, ramp coming up to the new entrance. At the new entrance, there would be a new light that would match the existing 2 lights on the existing entrance there. So we would be looking to match that light fixture.
It's tough to follow Stern.
There's a better view of the ramp and what it would look like. The stone on the ramp itself would match the stone on the existing building as close as possible. And that gives you a better picture of what the stone on the building is. And the bottom is the cap on the ramp itself, walls.
So
Excuse me,
what do you
Chair.
have to look into? I know you want to look into the landscaping.
Already did.
You already did? You want to make,
Excuse me, Chair?
Yes.
Real
Oh.
quick, she mentioned lights that would match. We don't have anything in the application that mentions those lights? Or maybe I missed it?
I didn't quite print off all the drawings. I thought there was a drawing that showed the light fixture.
It's not in the description of
not
the
in it?
application, yeah.
Oh, it's not in the description, but it was, I think, on the drawing.
Justin, we all right going with that, just as long as they match what's on the building?
And I
And
can,
we could submit a cut sheet maybe, if need be.
We can do
Yeah.
that.
So, I'm sorry. So yes, we can go with just what's on the drawing if that's what we want to do. There's no word or dialogue that mentions the lights, but it is represented here in the rendering.
yeah.
Okay.
It just doesn't tell us that they'll be exactly the same as
Okay.
what's already presented.
All right.
But we can just add that note in.
Okay, all right, sounds good. All right, you want to comment about the landscaping?
The landscaping looks good, and I looked at the planting plan for it, and also the plant schedule, and they're all appropriate and should do well. And they also include one of my favorite narcissus, Ceylon. It's a very nice one.
Okay. All right. You mentioned on the lighting, so that the one spot by the entrance door.
Right.
Is there lighting on the ramp as such?
No, nothing's proposed for the
Nothing,
ramp.
okay. All right.
There is site lighting in the area, so it should
Okay.
be,
Okay,
lit.
good. All right. Other questions or comments? Colin, your mic's off, actually.
I have no questions.
Okay, Colin? Or, excuse me, Tim,
Oh, I'm great. No,
you're good?
I'm good.
Everybody's good? Any
I'm
other
good.
thing we should be aware of?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, all right, that's great. All right, who
I
would
got
like,
you here. In
Yeah.
the matter of DRB 2025-06, I move to approve the application as presented, and noting that the light fixture by the door that is represented on the drawings will be consistent with the existing light fixtures on the building.
do we hear a second?
I second.
Okay, good. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You bet.
Good luck.
Thank you.
project started?
No, construction.
Good luck.
Great, thanks. Thanks a lot. Okay, last on tonight's agenda is DRB 2025-07, the application of Bliss Nails at 209 East Lancaster Avenue for a pole sign.
Hi, good evening. My name is Ruben Terrani. My son man, he's coming from Philadelphia, and he thought because we're going to be the last people in the agenda, he said, I told him 7:30. He said he'd be here 7:30. But
All
I have some things that I can show and
Okay.
explain to you.
Ruben, want to use this? Might be
No,
easier
I'm
for you.
okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm okay.
So if you remember Bliss Nails, I think they were in November. We approved the building. At that time, they weren't going to put up a pole sign. Kevin mentioned he was going to notify the owner of the property to have the pole removed if they weren't going to use it. But I guess they decided rather than remove the pole. This is Ruben, who is the owner, yes. Yeah,
Excuse me, Chair, what Ruben is showing, those are new. None of us have that. These are, so what he has on screen, we do not have in our packet, so we're going to need that from him to follow along.
I think I have submitted 6 of them, color.
We do not have them anywhere, so if you have them to
Sir,
present,
we have this,
Yeah, that's the same thing.
different.
No, but we need that. We need the one of it on the pole.
how many copies you have, Ruben? You have 6?
I have 1,
Well,
2, 3, 4, 5.
actually, Justin and Lisa
All right.
need those.
I have 6 copies. You want the 6 copies?
Yeah, make sure Lisa gets one,
Yeah, I'll give her.
and then one for the board here.
So is this acceptable, what he's doing?
It's the same sign. This is the same sign.
I know, I'm
It's
just
just on the
asking,
pole.
like with the new rules.
Basically, this, we've been, Bob.
Eric, Ruben, why don't you use a handheld, okay?
Yeah, because, yeah.
Ruben, we are alive and we're also recorded, and we need to be able to hear what you're saying, so you need to use the mic.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Great.
excuse me, Chair.
Yes.
Just to make sure, so We did have a conversation yesterday.
Yes,
This does not really meet what we really need to make a decision.
okay.
In my eyes, just because we did ask for the overall sign to be put here, he did that well. We were also concerned from the grade to the underside of the sign, because it is next to a handicap parking space.
Gotcha.
And the code has a requirement of 6'8" that must be there. We don't have anything definitive to
Gotcha.
help us with that.
I got you.
Here.
Right.
So I don't mean to put him off, but
No, no, I understand.
he was notified of this.
That's a big
Previous.
sign, too. That's 6 feet.
All right, okay. We had the sign, I have a copy of the sign from Oriental Rugs.
Ruben, you need to use a mic, all right?
Okay. What happened, you know, when he asked me yesterday, he says, what is the length of the pole? One side left, the whole pole is 190 inches, it's like 190 few inches from the bottom to the top. And we have, when we have our sign, we have 10 feet from the ground to the end of the sign, 10 feet. And the whole pole is like, basically like, okay, one second. It's like 190 inches over 15 feet is the pole sign. It's like almost 16. And from the end of the sign to the ground is 10 feet.
Are you saying from the bottom of the sign?
You see from here.
Ruben,
Ruben.
Mike.
Ruben,
From
for
the bottom of the sign to the ground is 10 feet. You know, from the actual pole is 15 feet, over 15 feet.
But
Okay.
the application,
We have a 6 feet by 4 feet sign. Then we have from the ground to the end of the sign is 10 feet.
Ruben, that's true, but for the application has to have those measurements drawn with the sign, like,
Yeah, but excuse me, let me show this.
what,
I was trying
what
to.
Justin needs
You're
is,
saying from the ground to here?
Okay,
No,
excuse
you know,
me.
you're gonna have to go over there because we're on
I was see-
television.
I couldn't print it, you see.
Put it on the table and the camera will get that, okay?
Okay,
We're on TV, so we
Okay.
need to,
all right.
well, I think what Justin says is that he needs a actual
See,
PDF.
I have everything, ma'am.
Dimensions of the sign, the height of the sign, the bottom of the sign from the ground, the height of the sign, the top of the sign from the ground, and its location relative to the parking space.
So its location, you were beautiful, Jan, as far as everything else, but its location is established. We know
okay.
where it
I
is.
didn't know that.
It's just its height is always a question. Where
I
does it
think-
hang? How low
yeah.
does it hang? Because again, it can be dangerous if it hangs too low.
It's
We don't
10
have enough-
feet.
We don't have enough description
Right.
in writing
exactly.
for
Yeah,
us
we
to
need
go
that.
off of that.
What Justin needs is he needs it actually on a graphic. He needs the graphic. that
So
has
it needs to be, it needs to be presented in the packet so that then when it's sent out, a notice of this hearing is presented, that information is conveyed so that anybody in the public that's curious about it would be able to see it. And without having that documentation, that's the issue.
Look, what kind of,
You're showing us the picture and we understand that, but the issue is having this in advance so that anybody in the public could actually review this material, and if they had any type of objection with it, show up here and tell us.
we had business in the main line for over 30 years.
Yeah, I know.
We had a 6x4 signs that I have the copy I submitted to you, and this is exactly the same thing. This sign has been here for 80 years, this pole. They asked me, what is the size of the pole? I measure it, it's 190, almost 996 inches. It's like over 15, you know.
Yeah.
Then they asked me, what is from the bottom of the sign to the ground? I said, it's 10 feet. That's what you asked me. From the bottom of the sign to the ground is 10 feet, but the whole pole is over 15 feet.
Thank you very much for providing that information verbally. We need that information in writing so that it can be seen as a total application. And so in PDF form, a drafted form, like what I talked about, actually drawn
Yes,
to
we have,
scale,
but-
so that we can review it, and also so that the public can review it, especially since, all the more so, it's near an ADA accessible parking space. So that makes its height all the more important. And so that was what I stressed to you over the phone just the other day. And so the hope is that you meet that. I mean, the chair will decide how we move from
I
here.
was in the understanding that they asked me, what is from the bottom of the sign to the ground is 10 feet.
We just need accurate measurements, pretty much.
Okay, all right.
In terms of the design of the sign,
Right.
that's
He needs
something
to
we
bring
can
that
review
in.
today. And if we're okay with the signs as the design, if he's able to provide the information in written form subsequently, is that something he can do still, or do we need to have that again?
I leave that to the board.
Well, let me-
You guys can decide how you want to move with that.
Okay. Ruben, did you say the fellow who came 2 months ago, is he on his way to tonight's meeting?
No, no.
He's not?
see, no, I have my own sign man.
Okay.
He was coming from Philadelphia.
Okay.
He's a teacher at university. He says when he finish, he'll be here. What time I'll be here? I said 7:30 is okay.
All right.
But I thought there were like 9 people, 8
Okay.
people ahead of us, and he's coming from Philadelphia. I said, come after 7:30 is going to be okay. But somehow he couldn't make it.
Okay.
And he has all the information. He has all the
Right.
all the drawing and everything. But I just want you to.
Could he, does this require a building permit submission?
It sure will.
So wouldn't that be on those plans?
It should be, yes.
So we could approve it for visuals and then,
If you guys are
Thank you.
comfortable with the visual or the aesthetic of it,
Well, why don't we just, I would just say continue the whole thing till next month.
fine.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we don't even have the size of
Yeah.
it. We don't have
No,
the
they have
size
the
of the
size,
sign
ma'am.
itself.
There's the size here.
Oh, 4 by
The
6
size
feet?
is here with the red. You see, the size is
Yeah.
here. We
Why don't
doing
we just-
exactly the same thing we had for
Ru-
30
Ru-
years.
Ruben, why don't we just do this? Why don't we just continue it to February, okay?
Yes,
I mean,
but
Bliss Nails is going to be in business in February. It's not going to kill them not having that sign there. They had no intentions anyway to have that sign there.
It was a recommendation from Kevin.
Yes, either take down the pole or put
Add
up
a
a
sign.
sign. So why don't we do this? Why don't you get all your measurements, get your sign guy to do it. That's what they're in business
no,
for.
he had everything, but he just didn't make it. But
Well,
we had I
we'll
was
have
not
him make it the
prepared.
next time.
I was not ready to,
Yeah.
present
and-
because
and
we have.
Yeah.
If he has all that information, then you'll be able to gather that information from him and submit it to the township, and then all the paperwork will be in, and so if he doesn't make it next time, you can talk to us again then, and we'll be done. But
So-
without the information, that.
Whatever Robert said is okay.
Okay, you got it. All right, so we need all the information in the township building by January 22nd,
Yes,
okay?
No
The
problem.
next meeting's February 12th.
no problem.
Okay, so you'll be on the agenda as a continuation.
And you need
provided
like
you get
what,
that-
six copy of.
Yes,
Okay.
right, and we need measurements, and what else would you ask Mr. Tarani to bring in? And a PDF also.
Okay, but let me just show you 1 second, because I couldn't print with my printer. I know Bob for 35 years. You see, this is actual thing.
Yes.
You see, but can you see that's what he want to bring for you. You see, that's he want to bring for you.
But this isn't,
But I couldn't print the whole thing. You see, I couldn't print the whole thing.
I understand.
I mean, that would, I think, cover it,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
it's fine.
Yeah.
Is it accurate?
I assure you. I assure you, I went
What's the
measure.
code, Justin?
I don't know.
6'8"?
6'8". 6'8" is the
From
minimum.
sign to ground is 10 feet.
10 feet? Again, we just don't
I'm
have it.
sorry.
I don't have it in printed form.
No, I understand.
Building department can
Okay.
handle it.
Well, let's have you come back next month. It'll just be easier and cleaner and
Okay.
simpler, and there's no controversy that way, all right?
Thank you very much.
Okay, all right, and why don't you go back up front there for a second? Ruben, we're also going to ask you to repaint that pole.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
That's, I forgot to mention.
And-
We're gonna,
Right, use the mic, please. No, you can use that one. Stay right there, yeah. Just talk right into it, okay?
yes, we refurbished the pole sign. We're gonna paint it black.
Right.
And, then it's gonna be nice, and we're gonna make it look nice. You know, I mean, like,
All right, couple of things also. That sign cannot swing, So it's got to be secured. It looks
Yeah,
like
that's what he's gonna,
it's, okay, no swinging and,
that's the sign person, he knows, like next time I'll come with him.
Okay.
But I'll be sure that he be here.
and there's no lighting on that sign. You
No,
guys
no
don't have
lighting,
right?
no.
Okay. It looks like a cable hanging.
No electric, no electric.
Right, exactly. Okay. All right, so just do the best you can to get all the correct measurements into the township building by January 22nd. Like I said, we'll get you on the agenda for February 12th, and we'll start new, all right?
All right, Robert, thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Okay, Rick.
Thank you.
So do we hear a
What-
motion for continuation? Or is there any other questions from the board? Comments? Justin, Lisa, you good? Okay, somebody wants to make a motion?
In the matter of DRB 2025-07, I move to continue this matter.
Okay, here a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. All right, thanks, Ruben.
My pleasure.
Yeah, we'll
Thank
see
very
you,
much. I appreciate it.
We'll see you soon, all right?
He didn't show up, what can I do?
No, that's all right.
I was not prepared, because
gave it a
I had
shot.
everything.
Yeah.
I will come to, February 12th.
All right,
Thank you very much, have
All
a
right,
good
Ruben.
evening and Happy New Year.
all right, you too, Ruben. All righty.
Nice guy.
Okay, any other business for our board tonight? If not, we'll see you February 12th. All right?
Okay.
Thanks, guys, appreciate it.